I've got this lesson for you today, guys. The other week, I did this one. Hey up, Jeffrey. I did this one where what we did, we put a dominant seventh arpeggio over the blues scale, over the minor pentatonic. I'm doing this in A today here, so. And what the scale is that I'm talking about, looking at today, is something called the Voodoo Blues Scale. It's not a common one that you're going to come across, but I'm going to run through it for you. And the sort of give you the lowdown on this. It sounds kind of cool. It sounds like Robin Ford. Robin Ford uses it. Larry Carlton uses it. Who else used it? There's lots of people use this. I think John Mayer even might use it as well. But it's just a little bit. It turns the blues scale just a little bit more exotic. And I seem to think that it basically what it does is it focuses on the notes of chord 4 in a blues. Now, the beautiful thing is that this is going to sort of work. If we think about a blues in A here, if I play my chord 1 there, my chord 4 is going to be under here. It's going to be 1 fret, 1 string below there, and it's going to be this. I'm playing it as a 9th chord, or I could play it as a 7th chord there, but I think of it as in this context. This is a C-shaped chord there, but the note that I'm focusing on here is this one here. This is the 3rd of that D9 chord. And what's cool about it, it gives us another color that we can weave in and out of. We can also suggest and sort of preempt chord 4 before chord 4 hits. So essentially, the idea is we've got to modify it. The caged octaves thing comes into this beautifully, so you can see where the next note is that you need to change. So as you can see, hang on, let me pull this over here, and you can see down here, I've done this little diagram here on my little whiteboard here, and the diagram shows you the blue. It shows you the blues scale. Well, it's a pentatonic at the moment. And what I've got to do is I've got to add those extra notes in. So to get the blues scale, what we do is we take that minor pentatonic and we add that note there, and we add that note there, bearing in mind that that note there is the same as that note there, right? So what we can do is if I play that, oh, come on, camera, focus, you can do it. That's 5/8, 5, 6, 7. There's the flat 5. That's that blue note. Yeah. Then we've got the flat 7, the root, flat 3rd, 4th, flat 5th lives there. Right, and there is the there's the 5th of the chord, and 5th of the scale. Sorry, there's the flat 7, which wants to bend up to that root note. Now that sounds fine and dandy. It's great. It's a great sounding scale. There's so much mileage in it. I'll never stop playing it. And if you learn it, you'll never stop playing it as well. But the difference between this and the Voodoo Blues Scale is, and I'll bring my whiteboard up here for you as well so that you can see this. Come on, focus. Right, okay. Notice the distribution of these root notes here. This is an E-shaped octave, and that's the other note that's in the E-shaped octave. Check out that octaves video. So essentially what we do to get this Voodoo Blues, there's the formula for a normal blues scale. It's got root, flat 3rd, 4th, flat 5th, 5th, flat 7th, and then you go back to root again. But this Voodoo Blues one, what it does is it goes root, make sure I get this the right way because I'm doing this upside down, flat 3rd, 4th, then, right, 4th, hang on, let me just write these in. There's the flat 3rd, there's the 4th. Then what we get is the flat 5th. That still stays in there because we need that, because That's the devil's interval. Yeah, that's why the blues is considered the devil's music. So we get that flat 5 in there as well. Then we get the 5th. All right, but here's the difference. In a normal blues scale, we got a flat 7. Yeah, so what we do is we turn that flat 7 normally there, and we turn it into a 6th. So the difference is we end up changing that one note. Now, the way that I kind of look at this is how you translate that 6th, yeah, is it's on the D string there. So you can see E, A, D. It's a D string. If I want to find that in a higher voicing in the next octave, I use my caged octave pattern to help me. There's the D string. So that tells me it's going to be a D-shaped octave. I switch that up here, and that puts that note there. And then when I come to compensate and change everything around again now for the scale, there's the root. Yeah, then I'm going to get the flat 3rd there. I'm going to get the 4th there. I get my flat 5th there, right, on that one there, or there for that matter. That's interchangeable. And then my 5th there. Then what happens is I'll just draw the rest of those in there, guys. I will do a diagram and I'll bang that into the description as well. But what happens with this then is it changes the whole sound of everything, just that little bit. It's getting a bit dark here. I'm just wondering if I have to turn a light on. So I'll get through this before it gets too dark. So instead of having that, we get this now: root, flat 3rd, 4th, flat 5th, 5th, 6th. And you remember, like I said, this is the 6th, is the 3rd of chord 4. Yeah, so root. There's the flat 3rd. There is the 4th, flat 5th. There's the 5th, and then there's that note. Instead of playing it there like we would do in a blues scale, we pull it back one. There's the 6th, and there's the root. Now, if I play those two together, so hopefully you can hear that gives us some better sound. It means that you can get this note, which is kind of like a major shape, and this is minor. And that works in both the major and the minor. So if I played it on a dominant blues, that would be chord 1, that would be chord 4, and that would be chord 5. Yeah? If I played it on a minor blues, that would be chord 1, that would be chord 4, and this could be chord 5. Yeah? Yeah? Right, this light is getting to the point of being unworkable, guys. So it is a bit jazzy. It can be jazzy, and this is the whole deal. Hopefully, there's enough light there. The whole deal is, if you think about, you want to add that kind of jazziness to your blues thing, and it makes sense that this would be the Voodoo Blues, because it's kind of a New Orleans sort of thing as well. So and that's all about jazz. And really, the way I think about jazz is essentially blues with qualifications. Yeah, it's got its certificate of education. So if you want to think of it in that kind of context, it's a beautiful scale to learn. Guys, if you feel like you've got some value from this and this is your first time on the channel, hit that subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, man, I appreciate you turning up, especially watching me as it's getting darker. It's fading. And hit that like, hit the notification bell for when I go live. And I shall see you guys in the next video. I hope you found this useful. PDF in the description. Once I have done this and turned the light on. See you later, guys. Take care. Stay safe. Stay well.